Stop doing this with your carry gun. This is actually part 3 in a pretty popular series that I started last year, and today we're going to expand upon that. Now remember that this series is not just aimed at y'all and I'm sitting up here telling you, hey, don't do this. This is actually things that I found myself doing wrong and that I want to bring to y'all as well. So not only hoping that y'all will get better and get some good information here, but that I will actually do the same. Guns are very similar to motorcycles in that if you ride a motorcycle and you want to be skillful on that motorcycle, you have to practice those things. And the same with guns. You have to continuously practice and gain knowledge and be willing to change your opinion from time to time. If you're not somebody that's willing to change your opinion, you may think the 1911 is still the only gun on the planet that's worth the crap, and shooting somebody in the big toe with a .45 will absolutely cause them to bleed out. Things have changed, things evolve, and there's been times where I've been wrong, and there's also things that I've learned along the way that I tried to share with y'all. Now, I would love to hear your opinion on this, no matter where you fall on the subject. Just let me tell you where I'm coming from. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to talk about is making that first shot count. Now, one of my favorite things to do here is to give back to the community that's given me so much, and that's what we're doing again by partnering up with Get Entered to Win. This time though, it's the Zev OZ9 V2. This is their newest version of their Hypercomp. So think about this pistol as a Gen 5 Glock totally tricked out. It's got the built-in comp. You can see the 4 ports right there, optics ready, of course. What's cool is it's actually got a lower serialized frame, and that allows you to swap grip sizes. What it comes with is the X size grip, so it's almost like your Glock 19X as far as the size. Flat face trigger, customized grip, all of that stuff. So if you've ever wanted a Gucci Glock, but you never wanted to pay the premium, now's your opportunity to do that. And so I like working with Get Entered to Win because first, they're a small company. Second, they are a veteran-owned company. Justin and Eric are fantastic, and they give me opportunities like this that I wouldn't normally have. And so it's super simple. You click the link in the description of this video, getenteredtowin.com/headshot. You buy yourself a collectible item, and you're automatically entered to win this $1,800 Zev. And by doing that, you support Get Entered to Win, myself directly, get a cool collectible item, and a chance to win something really special here. And so I'm excited to do this, man. Now, this only goes until August 29th, 11:59 Pacific Standard Time, so you only have a few days to get in on this one, and so make sure you check that out. I will be doing a full video on this as well, so look for that in the future. Again, big thanks to Get Entered to Win for giving us another opportunity to give back to you. No matter if you're drawing from a holster or if you are just standing on a firing line, you have people on either side of you, you're at a low ready. If you're drawing out of holster, great, whatever. You bring that gun up, that first shot really needs to count. And I found myself doing this. I don't know if it's nerves or whatever the case may be, but when I first start shooting, I kind of have to get into a rhythm with it. But that first shot, although it's not critical on the range, it's critical in the real world. On the range, it hits the berm, I get back on target really quickly. Out in the public, that shot could be disastrous, right? It could not go where I intended to go, and every single bullet that leaves that gun has your name attached to it. So from the first shot to the 6th shot, 10th shot, whatever, all of those shots need to be on target. And so what you can do to help yourself with this is while you're at the range, before you even take a shot, if you're drawing out of a holster, great, boom, do it dry firing. So you make sure you, again, have those sights lined up. If you're doing it from low ready, same thing. Making sure you have those sights lined up and you know where you want to be. Next thing we're going to talk about is don't leave your carry ammo nor your holster for your carry gun at home when you go to the range. This, of course, is assuming that you have a range that will allow you to draw out of a holster, but this is so important. This is something I've been working on the past year, is actually drawing from that holster. Moving and shooting, right? Can I actually hit the target when my heart rate goes up?
Let's go, baby.
But also knowing that I can clear the garment that I'm wearing, whether it's a shirt, jacket, whatever, be able to draw that gun out, not only get it out quick, but also get on the target and put a solid shot on the target quickly. You know, it's all well and good, and you know, practice at home obviously helps with that draw, making sure you know where your carry gun sights align, right? They're all pretty much going to align the same way, right? We know how to line sights up, but different guns have different grip angles, and those grip angles and also the angle at which the gun comes out of your holster. You know, holster has a 0 to 30 degree cant. So depending on where that cant is, dictates where that grip is. So knowing how to get that garment out of the way, where that grip's going to be in order to get it here is super important, but also getting that first shot. And so under live fire, this will tell you a lot whether you are really as good as you think with your carry gun. And remember, the idea is to get better, not to think that we just know everything there is to know and yeah, hey, we're good to go. I want to be as quick and efficient getting that carry gun out and getting that shot on target. Next thing we're going to talk about is don't overthink the carry ammo that you're using. I get this question a lot, and I understand. People want the best of the best carry ammo. You got to remember that most of our carry guns, they're under 4-inch barrels anyways, so it's not going to be as optimal as far as the rounds you carry, but there are some really good ones that are proven to work with short barrels. You know, your Federal HST plus P, that's a great round. It actually uses an unbonded jacket, but it does really well in expanding and staying together. Also, Spear Gold Dot's another one that I use. And critical defense or critical duty, depending on which one you actually want to run. I would just say pick a really good one, stick with that, and on that fact, make sure you take that carry ammo to the range and make sure that you're actually rotating through it. 6 months, 8 months, no more than a year. But choosing a good manufacturer, a reputable one, is important. Also, taking that carry ammo to the range is equally important. Right? If your target ammo has more of a 6 o'clock hold, but your self-defense ammo likes more of a 12 o'clock hold, or whatever the case may be, those things will differentiate depending on the weight of the bullet and the conditions. So you just want to make sure that those things line up as good as possible whenever you're practicing at the range. I don't expect people to go out there with $300 worth of carry ammo and just shoot that. But having a good idea where that ammo hits in relation to your regular target ammo is definitely something you want to at least have an idea of. And while there might not be too much variation in those, there will be some, right? And it may have a little bit more muzzle rise to the gun. So that may be something that you have to adjust to as well. So carry ammo is a little bit different compared to 115 grain just ball ammo. This is one I talk about a lot, man, but stop buying cheap holsters. I don't understand this. Well, I mean, I do understand it. You know, people want to save money, right? And even if you have a budget gun, let's say a $300 carry gun, what is a $60 holster, right? If a $60 holster keeps that gun securely in place, and you know that, why would I ever take a chance on a $20 holster? Some people swear by $20 holsters, and we'll get it even in the comment sections here. And I got nothing against you. But for my money and my security and my peace of mind, I'm going to go with a reputable manufacturer that makes holsters. I personally like Holster. That's who I've carried for a long time. They have positive retention. They have very little material, and the material doesn't cause me to sweat. And I know that I can trust my gun when it's in that holster, it's going to stay in that holster. And so taking a little bit of money and making sure that you spend some of that on a good quality holster is absolutely crucial. You know, I think it's funny when I hear people say, you know, oh, I got a cheaper carry gun. Why do I need a $60 holster? That's too expensive. Well, you know, you might be willing to put a $120 pair of sights on that cheaper gun, maybe. Maybe you're willing to do a trigger upgrade. That costs money. You know, you're willing to, you know, do the time and research to make sure you put a good carry round through that. I want to have something equally as secure, and knowing that my gun is in the best possible holster and something that's comfortable too, right? It could be a really good holster, but if it's not comfortable, that may lead you to not want to actually carry that gun or revert to one of the cheaper holsters. Like I said, man, comfort and quality is something you definitely want in your holsters. Plus, I just don't like wasting money on things that I don't like. I really hate doing that. And so that's why when I find something that works really well, which I've reviewed a lot of holsters here, so you can see what I like, what I don't like right here on the channel. But when I find something I like, I tend to stick with it unless I find something better. But again, I don't want to spend, a bunch of money on holsters. I want to find something and stick with that brand once I find something I like. And the last thing we'll talk about is stop unchambering your carry gun. You got a good holster, you keep it chambered, you keep those mags loaded up. You put it, or you keep it in the holster, right? You take it off for the day, you put it in the safe. If that's your only gun, well, then on your bedside or in a little lockable safe next to your bedside, obviously you want to keep things safe, but if it, again, is in a secure holster, keep it chambered, right? One thing I used to do is I used to chamber and unchamber when I would get home. Well, that can cause issues in and of itself. You can push the bullet back into the casing, which can expand the pressure inside of the gun, dangerous pressures inside of the gun that it's not built to withstand. Malfunctions can become an issue. So once you keep that gun chambered, unless you're going to clean and or shoot the gun, just keep it chambered and keep those magazines loaded up so it's always ready to go and you always know the state that gun is in. You never have to question that. So again, I'd love to hear from y'all, man. If you like this type of video, maybe you'll like one of these other ones that I've done in the past. And again, your ideas, a lot of times I will take those and use them in videos just like this. Big thanks to you guys. See you in the next one. And as always, hold them down.